hello! It's March 22nd,
Yeah.
2020.
What? I thought it was
23rd?
No, it's 20. What?
the 23rd. Wait.
I
No,
think,
I
it
think
might
it's right.
be
I think
just
it's the
friends.
23rd.
It's the 23rd.
Hold on. Is that? I think
Let's
it's
see.
only your friends.
Oh, it is again.
You gotta make it public.
Okay, let's go back real quickly. Go back to the beginning. Okay.
Now. Oh yeah. Attitude homemade banjo.
Arden, where are you?
Oh.
Welcome to the March 23rd edition of Steve, which stands for Spending Time
with
the Edgertons virtually every day. I'm Owen.
I'm Jody.
I'm Oscar.
I'm Arden. This is Tara.
And
Yeah, you can see her.
there we go, yeah. All right,
Yeah,
well,
welcome,
welcome.
Steve.
Sorry if we didn't get the that particularly right at the beginning, but some of you guys got two beginnings.
Yeah.
All right, so let's
Yeah.
see. Lots of different people. People from other countries are here with weird names. Not weird names. Sorry, names in different
Okay.
languages.
You want to stop there?
Yeah. Emily Franklin wants a squid hat so she can write more. That's
This
great.
squid hat, if I could just say, my darling child Oscar won for me a blazer tag.
Yeah.
It's the greatest. Victorious. Plus it has many tentacles, and if I wanted to, I could braid them. I have
That's-
done, so it's fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want to point out that he won that at Blazer Tag some weeks ago. Not
Yeah,
like he
not-
didn't go
oh,
today.
yeah. No, we are hunkered down.
We are hunkered down.
We are extremely hunkered. Bill Pasalagua!
We were going to mention Bill Pasalacqua. I was going to grab his CD Saltwater as great listening music. We have it on vinyl and CD. Do
Yeah.
people have CD players anymore?
We do. You do, yeah.
I do.
I don't.
We have
I
a record
well,
player, so do people
Records
have
are,
those
like,
anymore?
in now.
They are?
Yeah.
I thought cassette tapes are. I don't know.
I heard. I have some friends who were like, "Oh yeah, so cool."
Yeah. I mean, it's cool how the science behind that with the.
The vinyl, is that the CD or what is that?
Vinyl.
Yes. Yeah, you young people that think that tapes are cool are wrong. Tapes are not cool. They're horrible.
I like CDs.
They're interesting.
CDs.
I don't know why people don't think CDs are cool.
CDs are cool.
But,
They're like
you know, they
silver. They're like.
They're easy to break.
Also, like
That's
to point
my-
out.
That's my interpretation of a CD.
Let's see again. And now show me vinyl, cassette, 8-track. Well, welcome to
Hey.
another edition of Steve. We're doing pretty well over here. We hope you guys are doing pretty well over there. Hal Runkle, oh my gosh, family therapist and national celebrity. Hal Runkle, wow, he's watching right now. How about that? That's embarrassing. All right, let's see, guys. We wanted to talk about different things that are going on. We've been having a pretty good time. I think, let's see, what were the we were going to talk about, so different cities have been doing wonderful things of sing-alongs as a sort of like, how do we encourage community while also being apart from each other? It's definitely a time of anxiety. But in this time of anxiety and in this time of self-quarantine or sometimes in post-quarantine, it has been wonderful to see how people are looking out for each other in creative and cool ways. So in different communities, they have been doing sing-alongs. Of course, we saw some of the videos of people doing that in Italy in wonderful ways, just sort of arranging a time when everyone was going to open their windows and start singing. In Chicago, they did it to Living on a Prayer, Bon Jovi, which I thought would have been more of a New Jersey thing, but it turns out that sort of New Jersey vibe has gone to different places. I know that,
Is that the one that's like, oh, we are halfway there.
That's the one.
Oh, Squidward on a chair.
That's the one that I sing every time someone's like, "Oh, we're halfway done" or something. Me and my friend yell, "Oh,
Oh, we're halfway
that's
there.
the one."
It's
Yeah.
good. It's good to know that John Bon Jovi's still influencing the youth.
I don't think I count as the youth. I'm not hip.
You're pretty hip.
I'm not hip.
No?
No.
Okay. How about you, Oscar? You're pretty hip.
Yo, dog.
That's him.
That's pretty hip.
I just want to take a minute to say that my mother-in-law called me glamorous. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
She is very glamorous. I agree. So we were thinking, like, what would be? Oh, Marty, I saw that you joined. Stay tuned because you had a request from yesterday's Steve that will be fulfilled in a very distinct Oscar way today. We were thinking, what would be the song that would be a great song for everyone in Austin? If everyone in Austin was going to have one sing along, what would that song be? What would be the song that really sums us up as a city? So you guys can be thinking on that.
I feel like
Yeah.
my two big requests. I feel like it would be something well known so that people would be able to sing it.
Good
I'm
point.
thinking either
Beatles.
like
Beatles.
or like maybe Beach Boys. I love the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Or like maybe like Queen would be really cool.
Oh,
yeah.
Like,
Queen.
it's very Austin.
Like a very big Bohemian
That's
Rhapsody.
what I was
Yes.
thinking. And there's also the whole point like carrying on and stuff.
Oh.
I've been doing something.
Dude, that's pretty great.
Dang, man.
I was thinking it would be like an Austin musician. though.
Monoland said, "Can't touch this." That's
Mo-
That's a good.
Yeah, that's
good.
good.
I thought it'd be like, I don't know, like maybe the Orange Mothers or Ethan Azarian
yeah.
singing like Captain of the Town. That's a good one. Shelley's on there. We could have the fence sitters or the fence cutters, a song by them. I don't know. What would be the sing along for Austin? The song.
I don't know.
I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody. I feel like
Bohemian
I
Rhapsody's pretty good.
suggested it. I support it.
We're the champion, someone says.
That's
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
that's pretty good.
That is a gross ball, Tara.
Well, so I tell you what, while we're deciding it, let's go ahead and jump into our most popular feature, your non-binary bartender.
I don't think that's the most popular, but here we are.
Yeah, actually.
So, last time someone asked,
It was Marty.
Marty asked for how to make an old fashioned. Was that right? So I went to the bartending book, looked up how to make an old fashioned, and then decided to light it on fire. So here's what we're doing. So you gotta grab your Follow and the Boy whiskey again. Grab your nice 46 cup. Maker's 46. I'm holding it.
Oh yeah. Do you need these at all?
No, I'm lighting it on fire.
Oh right, no ice cubes.
Yeah. Grab your other whiskey to light it on fire. Grab your sugar in the raw. And of course, drop of bitters. So here, actually, I also had another cup to put the other whiskey in so I can heat it up.
Oh geez.
Lighter.
Wow.
Yeah, lighting this on fire.
Yeah.
You've seen it before.
I know. I'm just terrified.
Where that spoon I found went. A spoon, I think.
I'll bring you a spoon.
Yeah, but grab me a spoon. You gotta use a spoon so it goes on without splashing everything and stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna start by making just the completely normal drink. So grab your first thing of whiskey. This is the Follow the Boy whiskey, right? And here, I'm gonna pour it and then show you it. Actually, let me just tilt down this camera. That makes it a lot easier. Here's the glass. There we go. So, pour it in. About that much. I'll show you. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. What is that, like, fourth of the way up? Grab your raw sugar. Oh, it smells sugary. Too sugary. Pour that in a bit. Similar to the honey when I did that drink. What was it called? I can't remember. Grab your bitters. Squeeze. And pour in your bitters.
There we go.
Realize that you might not have enough whiskey in there.
No, what?
It's like less than halfway full.
Oh my gosh, Oscar.
There. So, add a tiny bit more whiskey.
No, that's plenty of whiskey.
Don't worry.
Mm.
Just need a
I'm
bit.
worried. We get to share this.
Yeah, sure. There we go. Just a bit more whiskey. And then stir it up. Of course, if you're making an actual old fashioned, you'd make this cold and put these chilled ice block things. I don't know, what are they called?
Whiskey stones.
Whiskey stones. But I'm about to light it on fire, so I'm not making it cold. And there you have it.
So
Old
Oscar,
fashioned.
how do you light it on fire? That's the real trick. Right?
Okay, yeah, so you gotta get something that has high enough proof. This one, where is the proof on this? It's 80 proof, 40% alcohol. So I think that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll probably be enough. You normally want to aim for around 100, so something like vodka, something like that works really well normally. But with something like 80 proof whiskey, will work fine.
Okay.
There we go. But what I'm gonna do is pour it just a tad into there, and I'm gonna heat it up in the
Oh.
microwave.
Why do you heat it up, Oscar?
It makes it easier to burn. Here, will you put that in for like 30
Can you
seconds?
explain the
So-
science behind that?
Fire, heat, alcohol, burning.
That's some good science.
Sure, that makes
I
sense.
know. I should like teach a class.
That's
Yeah.
right. We
So-
get back into virtual classes.
Yes. Again, Oscar, Paul Beck is asking, what are you making? A coma? Will you explain once again
A
what you're
coma
making?
of fun. So I made a old fashioned, and now I'm heating up some whiskey so I can make it on fire. An
Yes.
on fire old fashioned.
I just thought too that Jess
Got
was
that?
saying, Gareth and Jess were saying that Jess's favorite drink is the old fashioned, and if my dates are correct, today is their anniversary.
Oh wow.
So
Congrats.
their first anniversary, right?
Yes, that's
So
Is the heat good?
this
Yes.
could be the like Jess's first anniversary.
There we
Set the
go.
house on
It smells
fire.
bad. So,
Exciting.
take your spoon, even though there's not a lot, try to dip it in
Mhm.
and pour it over the spoon.
So it lands on the top of the drink?
Yeah, and doesn't just mix directly
Oh
in.
yeah, I can see actually.
There's a thin layer.
Thin
Ugh,
layer.
it's like smells spicy.
Yeah.
Then, best part, you turn on
Oh,
the
yeah,
light,
turn up the light.
Burn the kitchen light up.
grab your fire, and hope it works.
Woo!
I hope you can see that on camera, but that is
yeah.
on fire.
That is
Wow.
on it's on fire.
Whoa.
Now, of course, you don't want to leave it burning too long, otherwise the glass might explode.
How do you-
Just a little bit.
How do you, what do you do to stop it?
Blow it out.
Burn it off.
Okay, ready?
You want me to?
Yeah, you do it. It did it. All right.
Oh, wow.
Well, there we go, Oscar. The Oscar. What are you calling this one?
Flaming old fashioned.
Flaming old fashioned.
Yeah.
Well done, Oscar.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was so happy.
Me too. And happy anniversary, Gareth and Jess.
Yeah.
Woo wee. Woo.
One whole year.
Yeah. There.
Well,
Mm.
they've been together for
Well, who's gonna sample this one? Me or Mom?
You
Oh,
try it first.
wow, it's
Try it
nice.
first.
Oh.
Okay, let it cool down a tiny bit.
Don't
Okay,
burn
we'll let
your
it cool.
face.
We'll let that. Yeah.
It was on fire.
So for those of you just joining, Marty asked that Oscar make an old fashioned, and Oscar wanted to put his own twist on it.
So I lit it on fire.
He made a flaming old fashioned, which actually did just burn. That would be if that's how our house just went up in smoke. That would be,
I mean, it'd be okay.
That's the way to go.
yeah,
It'd also be live streamed, so yeah,
That's right.
everything has to be on camera.
yeah. So
Extreme Steve.
that was one type of whiskey, larceny whiskey, then a little bit of still Austin whiskey, which is, by the way, doing a really cool thing right now where they're taking a byproduct from their distillery and using it to make a hand sanitizer, and they are giving this hand sanitizer out for free. So a big plug to Still Austin Whiskey Company. And then added some bitters, a bit of sugar, and lit it all on fire. That's what we have right there. Well, it's very, very impressive. And no, Paul, we do not deliver.
Sorry.
Oh, and Amwin wants to know if we can learn a French 75. I think we
Oh.
sure can.
You can try.
Yeah.
We'll try.
Now seems like a good time. Let's go to Arden and book
Yeah.
recommendations.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna talk about my
Let's
three
move that away from the
most
microphone.
favorite books right now. I'm gonna talk about each of them. They're all very different, and I recommend all of them. Okay, here we go. Ooh, do I get to sit here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to move this
Snazzy.
alcohol.
Woo. I love books. Okay, my first book, maybe one of the best books ever. I don't know. It's really great. It's called The West Wing. It's a murder mystery about a guy who is murdered, and these different people are brought together to kind of decode his will and find out who killed him. Wow, it's really good. I don't think anyone could ever really suspect who the murderer was. It's just so good. I've read it. I'm keeping track. I'm in the middle of reading it my 7th time. Yeah.
Wow.
I really like this book a lot. It's super good. I wouldn't say it's a quick read.
Whoa, got a little shaky there,
But
dog.
it's so good. It's so good.
Puppy moving past the production table.
Also, all the characters have like problems and stuff, which is always fun.
All right, so that was Westing Game. Who by?
That is by Ellen Raskin.
Show the cover. One with that.
I did,
Nice.
but I'll
Okay.
show it again.
All right, what's your next book?
Okay, my next book is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the
Oh.
Universe. Oh my gosh. It's by, I don't know if I can pronounce this, can you?
Heinrich Heine. Benjamin Sands.
Okay, yeah.
That's right.
I'll show you the author so you can. Yeah. This book is so good. It's about these two friends and them living life and growing up and finding out who they are and accepting themselves and accepting each other. And oh my gosh, it's so good. I made some of my friends read it and they all loved it.
Who was it who recommended it to you?
You gave it to me for Christmas.
Oh,
I mean, I
it
don't
was
know.
Kelly James. It was Kelly James.
No, Kelly James recommended it to us later.
Oh, so we just discussed it together?
Yeah,
That was
my
when I looked, yes.
yeah, my science teacher last year, Kelly James, recommended it to us after I had read it. Also, the audiobook is narrated by Lin-Manuel Miranda, so I mean, it's so good. And it has a dog named Legs, so
Great name.
if you're one for dogs. Okay, and then my last one is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell.
Oh yeah.
It's a pretty big one. It has a sequel that just came out, and it's gonna have another sequel at some point. It's really good. It's Rainbow Rowell's a really good author. She writes a lot of really fun stories with really fun characters. And this is interesting. So she wrote a different book called Fangirl. And in that book, this character was writing a fan fiction for a series she liked, and that series was kind of the Harry Potter of that world, sorta. And this is that fan fiction that she wrote. You don't need to read Fangirl to read this. It's really good. It's really emotional, and it's really beautiful and funny and fun, and it has like that sort of magic like Harry Potter and like wizards and stuff. You guys haven't read it. I don't know why I'm talking to you guys.
We appreciate it. I want
but-
to read it.
Yeah, but they explore that in a really interesting way. And the second book, which is called, why am I forgetting? Wayward Son. I don't know why I forgot.
Carry On.
Wayward Son, and then the last one is called Any Way the Wind Blows.
Oh.
Carry
Carry on my wayward
Okay.
son.
I'm gonna talk about this.
There'll be
Yeah.
peace when
Yeah. And then the second one, Wayward Son, deals with PTSD in a really good way. And first one is in London or England. I think it's London though, specifically. Second one, they go to America, the US. They go to Nebraska, which is very exciting, and you know who's from Omaha, Nebraska. Andrew
Ooh.
Rannells.
Oh.
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 Also
We'll
Rainbow
come back
Rowell.
around to Andrew
Hey
Rannells
Arden,
another
how
day.
big is your Omaha, Nebraska quarter collection?
Do you want me to go get it?
How many
Okay.
quarters do you have in it?
Like 10.
10.
Mhm.
Wow.
I collect quarters from Nebraska. Me and my friend do.
Because of Andrew Reynolds?
Yeah. Rannells.
Reynolds?
You always get that
Andrew
wrong.
Rannells.
Sorry.
He's a Broadway actor, but he's also known for roles. He was in Girls. He's in some other stuff. He's in something right now, but I don't remember what. He does stuff on Broadway. He was in the Book of Mormon as Elder Price, the original Elder Price. He revived the role of Whizzer on Broadway in the 2016 Falsettos revival. He's really great, and he comes from Omaha, Nebraska. And here's a little tip. If he doesn't mention that he's from Omaha, Nebraska in an interview, it's a fake interview or it's been edited.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, he always mentions it. He's
Well,
great.
Omaha, Nebraska is the home of Broadway.
Also, Rainbow Rowell is from Omaha, Nebraska, who is the author. But that's why they actually go to Omaha, Nebraska. And it has Carhenge, which is also
Somehow
pretty
you got
great.
from books to Broadway.
I can
To
do
Nebraska.
this with many things.
Yeah, that's
You can
So I think
connect
Mo-
almost anything to rent.
Hi.
I'm coming in. I'm taking over the
Bye.
hot seat.
You want this seat?
I got two little things to plug. These are two things that I saw on just on social media a bit ago. So this book, I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. This is one of my favorite books. It's just spectacular. It was a Printz Award winner, a Stonewall Honor book, New York Times bestseller. It is a beautiful, beautiful, amazing book. And Jandy posted today that they are selling, her publisher's selling the Kindle copy for just $2.99. So you can go pick it up today and you can be reading it tonight, and then tomorrow we can all talk about how much we love it. So I'll Give You the Sun, Jandy Nelson, one of the most beautiful books I have ever read in my life. And I have a PhD in English literature, so I read a lot of books. My other one, this is my girl Carrie Ann Holt, who does Typewriter Rodeo with me. And this book, House Arrest,
So good.
feels suddenly very apropos titled, but she just posted that she's reactivating her YouTube page, is going to start reading aloud from this.
Oh,
So I'll post the link later, but follow Carrie Ann, and then you can join the Read Aloud for House Arrest. This book will crack your heart into pieces and stitch it back together again, but it's so good. It's also, this is a verse novel, and
it's amazing.
it's many beautiful things, but it is a fictionalized story that it is fiction, but it captures a lot of the experiences of when Oscar's birthday buddy Ike was a tiny little baby. So it's a whole journey.
Wow.
Anyway,
By the way, speaking of people reading online, Patrick Stewart is doing a sonnet a day. Is that right? I think he was doing a sonnet a
I think he's
day.
going through Shakespeare.
And I know that Austin Emilio was talking about reading Sam Shepard short stories. So I know, isn't it? It's spicy, but still it's spicy. Heck.
That's really good.
So I've got two recommendations too, real quickly. Should we get you typing first?
Oh,
before I
that's a
get-
good idea.
So Jody's going to do a poem. What should be the poem recommendations?
Poem suggestions. So I'm writing Typewriter Rodeo poem.
Oh yeah.
I got the arm.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
There's
I'm
also
not
there's
saying you
Goro
should write a
on it.
poem about Omaha, Nebraska, but if you feel inclined.
Okay, I hear that.
Okay.
Molly, yes, we will put the recommendations for our books and that on our page.
So now we need a recommendation for Jody to write a spontaneous poem about on her vintage typewriter, which my mother wrote sex advice on in the 70s. What would you recommend for Jody to write a poem about, or anything, any word? Let's see. Caven says dead cat. Shelley says I got the arm.
The arm I was talking about is Gertrude's arm. Is that her name?
Yes.
Gertrude.
Squids.
Squids. That's pretty
That
great.
seems pretty spot on. I don't
Kinda
know
like
where you
dead
came
cat,
up with that. I can probably take zucchini. I can take all these things.
Oh yeah.
Can't touch this. Okay, I'm on it.
Oh my.
No, Papa John. No, I will not write that poem.
My father-in-law says sex. So while Jody's back there on
Not
the typewriter,
father-in-law,
you can kind of
father.
see, right? Okay, can you see her back there? The squid typing. Oscar, look at that beautiful sight.
It's a squid typing a poem.
And by the way, every now and then, because we're online, we might suddenly just sort of freeze up. But then it should be fine. It was just sometimes. So here are two books that I've been reading. Oh my gosh! Whoa, earthquake. One is a really old one. It's Daniel Defoe, A Journal of the Plague Year. Now, it's a strange thing. I started reading this about 2 months ago, and been back and forth in it. And basically, Defoe wrote a novel. He's a guy who wrote Robinson Crusoe, and this was his other really big hit. And he wrote like 3 big novels, and it's about the plague of 1665 in London. And there's a lot of parallels, same kind of misinformation and community coming together, a lot of sort of self-isolation, and the good, the bad, and all of it involved. It's pretty fascinating in that way. The other one I've been diving into is Boccaccio's Decameron. Now, this is basically set in the Black Death, the plague that struck Europe in the 1300s.
Woo!
Broadway song, and it seems like this is a kind of a depressing suggestion, but it's actually not, and this is why. This is about a group of people, I think 6 women and 3 men, who decide to isolate themselves, to go into a sort of quarantine. And they say, let's go ahead and do this. We'll just take care of ourselves. We'll live together. We'll spend the day sort of doing some chores. We'll make a big meal. And then every night we'll be responsible for telling each other stories. So because they basically ends up being 100 stories that are being told over the period of time. And so it's about the stories that we tell ourselves and we tell each other in times of difficult situations. It is, I think, a fascinating time right now. We're all kind of wondering, like, well, what are the stories we want to be hearing? What are the stories we want to be watching? And maybe what are the stories now that we want to be telling? I think this is maybe a cool book, even if we don't read it, just as an example of like, hey, we have and always will be as humans storytellers. So be open to hearing stories, be open to telling stories, and maybe set some time aside, whether it's on the phone or Zoom or to someone in your house, to just tell a story. Just tell a story. I think wonderful things come out when we do that. Okay, let's see. We've only got a little bit of time left in our in this edition. Technically speaking, we can. That's true. We can go on forever, but we try and keep it under 100. But look, here comes a squid in pajamas.
Oh my god!
Yes! On my first day when we did this, I wrote a poem about actual pants, and I talked about wearing my pajamas, and today I decided I would show you my pajamas. And I just want to say these pajamas have pockets.
These are the ones that are slightly less fancy.
Yes, these are my less fancy pajamas.
Yeah.
They're so comfy.
We're moving into casual pajama time.
Here we go. March 23rd. This was the day things got really weird. I mean, let's be honest, shit has been weird. But today, we're kicking it to the next level. And the only flag waving is a cat with X'd out eyes. And the only vegetable available anywhere is ye old buddy zucchini. And the only state is Nebraska. Woo! And the only limb is the arm. This one arm. I got the arm. And the only creatures wandering about outside on the roads and the hike and bike paths and the highways are squid. Happy quarantine day number weird.
Whoa!
For you today.
Wow! Oh, people are giving us hearts and such like that.
Thank you.
Well, here we are then, guys. We're reached, I think, the very end.
Yeah.
Arden, you're hidden back there. Come on.
Okay.
Are you gonna? Oh, you want to draw a boral for us before we go?
Okay.
Okay, so if you are unaware,
I'm gonna draw a squid ball.
Oh, squid boral. I think we just let her go.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
We can just say Arden likes to draw Christian Boral. He's a Broadway star.
He
Uh,
and Andrew Reynolds
I
have
can't
worked together, and he was in Something Rotten, which is what we were singing about, which covers the Black Plague. He played Shakespeare. You know who else played Shakespeare
Who?
on tour?
Who?
Adam Pascal. Adam Pascal.
Oh, Rent.
Pascal's famous for Rent.
Oh.
Right, Roger.
Wow.
Okay.
So she likes to draw a picture of him bald, because he shaved his head for one.
Do you want me to get the mask?
No, it's okay.
We'll
Just
do the mask.
so she now do her squid
Get
bowl.
the mask.
Boy.
Excited. Arden, meanwhile, Marcella said that she has a bunch of relatives in Nebraska.
Oh my gosh. I need to visit them.
Hey guys, you know Cole Allen?
Yes.
I heard it got some masks of him,
Oh, that's
Oh.
like the same type that Arden
I
has.
forgot what squids look like. So
Look, I'm wearing one on my body.
This might be more octopus.
Look, I'm right here.
Squid.
Okay, I'm so curious. This is more time than Arden usually spends on a boral.
It's got to be very detailed.
I know.
Except for maybe Jesus Boral. That one was pretty
I
good.
like how my squid head is kind of disappearing into this like lens
Oh,
flare.
yeah.
Oh, I know.
Ah.
J.J. Abrams directs the squid. Wow. I also want to say, guys,
Hot in this hat.
thank you guys. You are so hot in that hat, I think. Yeah. Okay, here it is.
Okay.
Squid
Oh,
bowl.
my.
I love it so much.
That is a wrong name.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
That is epic.
Oh,
I
and
can't
he's
believe
from Nebraska.
Yeah.
Really? Christian Borle is
Also,
Christian
Christian
Borle.
Borle's father was
Oh.
from France.
Oh, ooh la la.
I could go on and on about Broadway actors' creepy lives that I know.
Well, this seems like a good
It's more
time.
creepy that I know their lives.
So
Yes,
thank you guys.
That's their lives being the one being creepy.
Thank you guys so much for being with us. We really appreciate it. We're going to keep doing this because it's really, really good for us, and we hope it's good for you guys. And we're all in this together.
Oh wait, Andrew Reynolds has a book. Should I promote it?
Promote it tomorrow.
Promote it tomorrow. Yeah,
Too
that's,
much is not enough. It's good.
Oh,
Andrew Reynolds.
that's good. And
That's
yeah,
a good call.
Broadway memoirs. That can be tomorrow.
Oh my
Join
gosh.
us tomorrow
Yes.
as Arden goes through Broadway
I can talk
memoirs.
about Without You. It was written
Yes.
by Anthony Rabbit. It's so pretty.
Save it. So let's go out singing.
Okay.
Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, I'll make it all square. Whoa, living